Welcome everybody to Let's Play Edward's Challenge Dungeon. Probably the most interesting out of all of them. Which is a good thing, although this place can get slightly frustrating and annoying. Get out of my way. Now, before you go in, you want to make sure you have a couple of status curing items because you may need them. You don't need very many, so don't worry about it. Yes, I would like to explore your dungeon. And he's so happy he's jumping up and down. Hello! See, Edward gets a hooker for his entrance. Yeah. No. So the gimmick with here is that there are 5 chests at the end, but they have the world's most impenetrable locks. So what we have to do is we have to make use of Harley and have her chuck thousands and thousands of quarters at the chests until they finally give up and open. Yeah. So, I've already done a bit of off-screen running on here. As you can see, I have 150,000 gil now. I ended this chapter with about like 20-something thousand, so yeah. Because even though what she said about you cannot take any extra money that you didn't already have entering out of the dungeon, there is a way to technically do that. Which I'll show you, which I have been doing. Alright. So, the trick with this place is we need to make as much money as possible to open those chests at the end, which you will lose gil for. Technically, I could, because I do have enough money to open all 5 chests, I could just zoom right to the end and try to open them, and then if I don't get what I want, you know, I could save scum, which is what I'm planning on doing. But if you use any of your original money, you do not get your original money back if you leave. So the point here is to not spend any of your money unless you really want to, and spend only the money you get in the dungeon, but it all depends on what you want. Now, hub everything, because there are so many hidden items in this place. And surprisingly, out of all the attackers, Edward is the most competent here, as you can see. And he's by far the fastest. Thankfully in here, they actually, unlike all the other places, a lot of the challenge dungeons I've noticed have, like, the same encounters. Here, they kind of dumbed it down for you, which in a way is a good thing because you don't have effective ways to deal with things. They actually, it's like the only dungeon that doesn't have mad ogres in it, which is a good thing. Now these blue robe little figures, there's going to be 4 of them in the dungeon. 3 of them are in fixed locations, so all of them are fixed encounters. And basically, they're just tough monsters that give you money when you're done. And that's it. Now, since obviously we don't have any elemental or, like, status things, even though Edward does have harps that can cause them, I'm not going to worry about it, and just basically, this is just a punching match to the death. Yeah. And I'm actually, even though this is kind of boring, at the same time I'm kind of glad they made it this way, because, like I just said, you don't have a very effective way to deal with stuff. It's just basically punch. It's like guys. It's like just basically punch things to death. Only instead of fists and claws, you have swords, a harp, and a whip, basically. So eventually, this guy will die. Yeah, and see, you know, I'm still fine on HP, so I don't need to use Edward to heal. So it's just basically just yeah. He just kind of just sits there. Technically, I could use a spider silk, but I'm not going to worry about it. I mean, he's not like he's doing. The point of using a spider silk was to slow a monster down, so it doesn't do as much damage. That was shitty Gil. Alright. I've noticed that's a secret passage I'm just trying to walk into, by the way. That while the generic placement of stuff within a room seems to be random, I tend to notice that the items themselves always spawn in the same rooms. Which is kind of interesting, which means you need to hump everything. This a little secret passage here. Always even check the empty chests, because they might have items in them, which I discovered. And it's like, ha, you sneaky little bastard game. So yeah, anyway, obviously the gil you get from encounters does count toward the money you've collected in the dungeon, so unless you're being lazy, it is worthwhile to fight things. Now this guy right here will ask you for like 10,000 gil or something. He may or may not pay you back. The one time I gave him money, he did not pay me back, and I said, F you, I am not giving you money ever again. Yeah, see, like this blue fang, generally I found could be found anywhere in this room. Ooh, the pig! Awesome! Now I know where he spawns. This little friend is the adamantite pig. Tine, whatever, I don't care. He can spawn in one of 3 locations, and he is worth money. However, you need to know you have to get him before you are allowed to take him. So, yeah, there's the pig, there's the man, and there's a woman who can spawn in like one of like 3 locations, I think, and it's randomized when you enter the dungeon. And I almost forgot about these guys. There are 2 bandits who only appear in one specific location, always behind a table, or whatever I think is in front of a stove, I think. They're like kind of like the bandit in Cecil's Lunar Trial. Basically, you just kick their ass and hope they don't run away. And see, like that, they ran away. If you defeat them, you get money. Yeah, see? Empty chests have shit in them. And now we're actually to the right of where we started. So, now, except for one time, I found that this room will always, somewhere in this room is always something that contains 1,500 gil. But it's random. And I'm surprised I haven't run into the little glitch I have experienced yet. Sometimes I've noticed like pots or like piles of wood will say this treasure chest contained whatever it contained. And not just like that. Yeah, see, this is only the second time I haven't run into the 1,500 gil that's supposedly in the room. Or at least of like the 8 times I've been in here, it's somewhere in this room every single time, except this one in the last run, which is weird. Alright. So now that we've done the staircases, let's go into the rooms. Ooh, Whisperweed Seed. This is the second time in a row I've gotten this. This is an item that can randomly appear in one of these chests, and it does not appear every single time you enter the dungeon, so... Yeah, at the end of these corridors are merchants who want something in particular. This guy wants the Whisperweed Seed, which I just found. You may or may not get it in the dungeon. If you don't, it's just random. As you can see, he pays absolutely shit for it, so don't worry if you don't get it. I don't want to deal with the Lilith. Get out of there. You know, I can't even remember... Okay, I remember now how much I entered with. This guy wants the Gilbert egg. You will get that encounter. Oh, figures you can buy the crosses here, but you can't buy them in Kane's Tail, which is where I need them. Yeah, she's just a regular old merchant. Yeah, see? It says the treasure chest contained it, but that's not a treasure chest. That's a pot. Alright, he's looking for the Poet's Notebook, which is similar to the Whisperweed Seed, where it can appear in one of these chests in this hallway, but I've never found it. I'm running just because I feel like it. He probably pays jack crap for that, too. Alright, so now let's go upstairs. Oh, and here's the girl. The girl, unlike the guy, will always pay you back. How much she pays you back is dependent. I think she at least pays you 10,000, but she may pay you more than that, so... like the man and the woman, once you talk to them and loan them, once you leave the room, they'll spawn somewhere else in the dungeon. Where they will or will not pay you back. Well, the guy will not pay you back. Well, may not pay you back, rather. So what I like to do is, because they can appear on the lower floors, well, she can at least, I like to, as soon as I give her money, to check if she's spawned. And that room I just went into is one of the places she can respawn. Actually, this one is too. She can respawn in this hallway. And she's not here. Okay. Alrighty. Damn it, I hate when I do that. Alright, now there's 6 different ways to go here. We can follow this little shadow to this passageway right here, which ends up in a loop around to the eastern side. Oh, the poet's notebook can appear there? I didn't even know that. That's the first time I've ever found that. I thought that was in the hallway. Like the other one. Alright. Now that item she's looking for is dropped by one of the bosses, which is behind locked doors, so I've never picked that up, even though it's a guaranteed drop. Now this lady right here is a very important lady. Why? Because if you ever want to get extra money in the tail, any excess money you have, you want to use it to buy remedies with all your excess money. And then you want to sell it outside the challenge dungeon, and that's how you take money out of the dungeon, is you launder it, basically. How much you want to bet I'm gonna get the Mind Flayer summon again? That would be hilarious. There are cockatrices in here actually, but I haven't gotten the cockatrice summon, so. Now the pig can also spawn right here. Is the girl here? No. Actually, no, I will go to the 3rd floor. Alright, this is the 3rd floor of the tower, which is on the other side of the dungeon. There's elevators here on each side. One of them is stopped at the 4th floor, and the other one is stopped at the 2nd floor, so you cannot take it directly from the 3rd floor. And, oh, by the way, apparently the elevators have an insane electric bill, and you have to pay 1,000 gil every time you want to take the elevator. Yeah. But that's alright. Alright. This room down here is filled with chocobos. Some chocobos have money, and some chocobos are little nasty thieves and will take money from you. And they can take multiple... If you talk to them again, they can still keep taking money from you over and over and over again. Therefore, this room is a gamble, and I don't deal with it. Oh, the croaker! This is the rare encounter in this place. This is part of the reason why you need those status carrying items. He barely has any HP, by the way. What was I gonna say? The first time I killed this guy, I actually got a Mega Elixir from him, which is his rarest drop. And that thing can be sold for like 300-something thousand outside the dungeon in this tale. It is ridiculous. But, and at first, while I was trying to figure out the strategy for how to make a profit in this place, I was very... Oh, another one! I was very tempted to sell it and just go to the chest at the end. Very tempted. Until I figured out the efficient way. Alright, now... Yeah, I'm gonna run for this. I might want to cure those guys, but I'll do that in a minute. Alright, this room... God damn it, game! No! Get me out of here. I'm trying to talk. I do not want to battle right now. Get me out. Thank you. There's a Flamehound boss behind these doors, which are obviously guarded. Yeah, give me the friggin' flans, which I can't even deal with. Fine. No, get out. No, no. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Run. 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 Thank you. Now, one of these guards will give 10,000, and he will take it without asking. Another steals 300, and will take it without asking. And another one has a toll of 1,000, and he will ask you whether or not you want to pay it. So again, this room is a gamble. I've never actually done anything in this room. But he does, the boss, which is right there, yeah, so you can see him, actually drops the Bard's Lyre, which the girl wants, so if you want it, there you go. It's one of those things it might be worthwhile doing first in the dungeon. That way you can kind of save scum if you get that one that steals that takes 1,000. Yeah, fine, we'll do this encounter. I'm just being really, really lazy right now. So yeah, I've just never done that room. I probably should. But the only reason I kind of want to is for the bestiary entry, and I kind of don't want to deal with that crap right now. Because I've missed a ton of other monsters, so... Dang you, game. This plant always seems to spawn echo herbs, and there's also one item hidden in the shelf. At least I think it's only one. I've only ever gotten one. Now, I think it's this encounter, but I'm not 100% sure. I've gotten a bronze tail, and I've gotten later on a silver tail, which I didn't even know silver tail could be dropped. Like, I know bronze tail were droppable items by some encounters, but I didn't even know silver tails were, which is really interesting. Yeah, I think there's only one item hidden in the shelves, and I've already got it. Usually it's on the bottom for me, though. Game! Might as well start calling this the Indiana Jones hallway. Because everything in here is snakes! Jeez! And we'll end up right back up here. And I need to give up the Poet's Notebook. Actually, is he in the center one? No, yeah, he's on the left. Okay. No, I don't want to deal with you right now. Move! I don't even know how much he pays for the Poet's Notebook either. I don't even know if you could take these out of the dungeon. Probably not, but 1,000 gil, not too bad. Can I get back out this hallway, please? Alright, now we need to go back upstairs. And, I keep doing that. Why? Because, like, every other, like, cave or place has you go in one direction and then you exit out the opposite way. And this is, like, one of the few places where your direction actually stays the same upon exiting and re-entering out of the floor. Alright, we need to go in this room right here. Now, this room has 6 little toll takers who will take 500 gil if you want to pass. Both the man and the woman can appear here to give you your money back, as well as the pig can appear here. But since the toll takers actually respawn if you leave the room, don't bother coming in this room unless you, by process of elimination, know one of them is going to be here. Yay, 13,000, alright. Since I didn't give the man any money and I know the pig's not here, I'm not going to bother going further, because there's no point. Alright, now where does the eastern one lead? This one leads to the bandit room. And I've always found there tends to be always 1,000 gil hidden in here. This is the second bandit. And hopefully he won't run away too, because that would kind of suck. Yeah, he ran away like a little pussy. Not that I really care all that much. Okay, which way do I want to go next? Sorry, I'm staring at a map in front of me, so... Actually, the doors on these wings lead to, like, the same hallway. It's just the tower, only it's the second floor instead of the third. Actually, this one is at the 4th floor. Okay, that means the one on this side is at the 2nd floor. What moon phase am I in? I'm in the full moon? Okay. That's gonna be important to know that. So, since we've already explored the 3rd floor, don't take the elevator to the 3rd floor, because there is another way to get to the 3rd floor. There is no way to get to the 4th floor other than the elevators. So now both elevators are on top of the 4th floor. Alright. This is the restaurant. And she wants the pig. Now, you cannot take the pig. These people don't only say something about crappy about the restaurant. You can only take the pig if you have actually spoken to her knowing that she wants the pig. Now this room right now has 2 bosses. One of the bosses is the ones that normally appear, and I'm actually going to potionify people. Why? Because I can. And it's this dude. Basically, it's the same thing. He's a little bit more dangerous because he obviously can cast Tornado on you. Actually, I'm going to try something I didn't even think of until right before I started this episode. Of course, I'm in a friggin' full moon, so this is going to hurt me. He can cast Tornado, but other than that, it's still... Is Elenia Harp the one that confuses? I can't remember. Because I know the regular encounter ones, if you confuse them, they'll cast Tornado on themselves, but I don't know if this one's considered a boss one or not. I'm gonna try. I don't know. But yeah, same thing as before. It's basically just a punching match to the death that just takes forever. And now it's gonna even take longer than forever because I'm on a full moon. It actually doesn't even matter what moon phase you enter the place in, so it only affects really one thing. So yeah, one thing I did notice too was Bard Song is basically the healing of Bard Song is affected by the phase of the moon. So otherwise, if you're on whatever phase of the moon screws with special abilities, yeah, your healing will actually be either increased or decreased by that. But the other effects are just completely not. Yeah, see, he gives you money. He gives you better money. Otherwise, not affected. Now, this guy right here is the Gilbert. Remember that guy who wants the Gilbert egg? He's gonna drop it. Okay, give me Edward's Dark Cart back. No. Damn it. There we go. I'm gonna heal everybody. He drops the Gilbert egg, which obviously you could sell for money. He's similar to the one in Palom's Tale, with one exception. Well, main exception. Number one, he's not as much of a bastard. Number two, he doesn't run away. He can, however, still cast Bad Breath, but I've only seen him do it once. Basically, he's just gonna sit here and let you kill him. He may hide on occasion, but I've only seen him use that once, too. Wow. So yeah, another punching match to the death. Now, the location of the Gilbert is dependent on the moon phase. He'll appear in one of 4 locations depending on which phase of the moon you're on. If you're in the full moon, this is the room he appears in. Yeah, stop looking at me. Okay, give me Edward's turn back. Give him my shitty 30 HP healing. I don't even know how much HP he has, yeah. Yeah, he doesn't drop that much big gil, but he does drop the Gilbert egg, so he'll never run away, so you don't have to worry about not doing anything. Now, this is the final room. We're missing 2 things. Number 1, we need to return the Gilbert egg, and, number 1. Number 2 is we need to collect the pig. And we take the elevator. Now, go back to the 2nd floor. I believe the pig spawned all the way on the 1st floor. That's the first time I've ever seen him do that. So, let's return the Gilbert egg first. Using the central passage right here. Yep, I got it. Whoops. I went down too far. Hooray! Ooh, 10,000. Wow. Yeah, he'll pay like a slightly varying amount. The pig nets you about 8 to 10,000. Where was he? Nope, he wasn't in this one. He was in the hallway. So, if you're planning on doing the method where you buy a bunch of remedies and sell them outside the dungeon to start the dungeon with more guild than you started with the previous time, then buy your remedies before you return to the 4th floor. And buy, more than you started with, so that 8 to 10,000 or so you get from the pig brings you back to where you were when you started. That way you don't have to take the elevator back down and back up again and waste another 2,000 gil. Plus, it's quicker that way, so. This way. So, I believe we've been in every room here. Yeah. And I'm actually surprised I got both the Whisperbreed Seed and the Poet's Notebook. Considering both of those randomly spawn, so you're not going to get them every time you enter the dungeon. I'm not caring about selling my stuff because I'm actually going to use it to open chests, so I don't really care if I exit with more than I started with. Well, I won't, because I'm spending it. Yeah, see, 9,000. Alright, so we've made a profit of approximately 45,000 gil. Now, obviously if we did the gamble with talking to the guy who may pay you back, obviously you would have more. If you get Bard's Lyre and didn't end up paying the 10,000 gil toll, you'll get more money that way. The chocobos can give money, but they can also take it away. So basically I just skipped all the stuff that's really that much of a gamble and only went for the stuff that's pretty much guaranteed to make you a profit. Now, each of these chests, like this one is like the 10,000 gil. This one costs you 20, this one costs you 30, this one costs you 40, and this one costs you 50,000. You can choose to open any chest or any amount of chests. The more expensive it is, the more likely you'll get a rare item out of it. I've only opened once, and that was on my first run, and I opened a 20k chest and got a remedy out of it. So, you can actually open the 10k chest and actually get the rare items out of the 10k chest. It's just not very likely for that to happen. So you can open any amount of these you want, or you can just exit the frickin' dungeon. But of course, if you leave with more gil than you started with, it's going to take that away, unless you buy remedies. So, I'm actually going to open all these, because I have enough money. Light curtain. Stop giving me shitty stuff. What the fuck is that thing? Well, apparently I've been in here for quite a while. Elixir, and what else do I got? And silver apple. Alright, what is that piece of equipment? Because I pretty much decided before I came in here. I assume that's a hat thingy. I decided I was going to save scum to get the best stuff. Oh, it's a gown. For some reason, I was thinking it was a crown. Strongest demon. Oh, that would make sense. But that's just really... You know, that would be really awkward to put that on Edward, considering he's the one who's been having the otherworldly encounters in this game. So that would be kind of weird if we gave him that, wouldn't you think? So yeah, I have, like, barely any money left. Yeah, and see, obviously, the money I've spent counts as money I've spent. So, yeah, I'm gonna save scum that dungeon, because I got pretty much shit out of that. But I have enough gil that I have enough to open all the chests and take the elevator to the top. And what's not, so, yeah, pretty interesting dungeon. Although, like I said, some of the things in there are kind of a gamble, and it does take to do everything in there, it does take a while. I mean, you can see the moon face changed on me. I saved and healed, sometime before I even started. I'm gonna check my timer. How long have I been in here? Yeah, I've been in here for like a full half an hour. Man, this is a long episode. This place takes a while to get through. But it is one of the more interesting ones. It's probably not quite my favorite. I think my favorite might be Edge's. But this one's not that bad, too. This one, the only problem is it just takes forever. But oh, thank you for watching, everybody, and sticking with me through this long one, and I shall see you next time.